At this time, it is my pleasure to introduce you to a leader who has served on the Thousand Oaks City Council since 2002. Mayor Claudia Bill de la Peña has lived in Ventura County since 1995 and is married to Dr. Ron de la Peña, an OBGYN. Both are small business owners. Before voters elected her to the Thousand Oaks City Council in November 2002, the late Mayor Edward Masry of Aaron Brockovich fame appointed her to the Planning Commission. She was a quick study of city planning issues and has been applying that same dog scrutiny to city matters as she did in her 25-year career as a journalist, including as an Emmy Award-winning news writer at a Los Angeles television station. While mayor of the city in 2005, she gave birth to twin boys, Dante and Luca. In 2007, she received her master's in public administration from California Lutheran University. She retired from her news career in 2012 to dedicate her time to raising her twin boys in a multilingual home. She has represented the city of Thousand Oaks on the Ventura County Transportation Commission, Local Agency Formation Commission, Clean Power Alliance, Conejo Open Space Conservancy Agency, Conejo Coalition for Youth and Families, the League of California Cities Housing and Economic Development Committee, Environmental Quality Policy Committee, and on the National League of Cities Energy, Environment, and Natural Resources Committee, among many others. Mayor Bill de la Peña is the Chamber's 2014 Woman of the Year. She received the New West Symphony's Crescendo Award in 2018. She and Ron were chosen by the city's resident companies, the New West Symphony, Five Star Theatricals, and Pacific Festival Ballet as the 2019 Muses of the Year. Please give a warm welcome to Mayor Claudia Bill de la Peña.
Wait until you hear what I have to say. Welcome to the beautiful Cobley Theater, and it gives me such joy to be able to give you a presentation from this beautiful auditorium highlighting the choir from Thousand Oaks High School, highlighting what Westlake High School is producing, the next generation of musicians, with the Westlake Jazz Band under the direction of Brian Peter, who is also now the district-wide Visual and Performing Arts Coordinator, the first such position in the history of the Conejo Valley Unified School District, and that alone receives a round of applause. The arts are super important, and I'm so glad that the district is recognizing that by providing and creating this position. This is also the 80th anniversary of Pearl Harbor. So on behalf of all the veterans, those who have passed, those still alive, I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for fighting and defending our freedom. This stunning space is a shining beacon for the arts and provides the highest quality performance space between Los Angeles and San Francisco. The public health emergency deeply impacted the arts, and yet they persisted. They continued to provide interactive arts education on Zoom, held drive-ins, outdoor socially distanced performances, including the first Latinx concert at Thousand Oaks Community Park with Las Cafeteras that was a huge success. These adaptations to performance delivery were vital to keeping the arts available to the community and enhancing the quality of life during a really dark time. Having spaces dedicated to the arts is critical to community well-being, which is why I wanted us to gather in this space today and to acknowledge the contribution the arts have made to our community and to support them as they navigate out of darkness. So it's no wonder that the Ventura County Star readers voted the Civic Arts Plaza the best entertainment venue in all of Ventura County. And that happened this fall. The arts need our support as much as ever as they explore the modified return to in-person performances. The city has backed the support of the arts with recent round of funding for arts nonprofits, giving out $500,000, and I don't think that's enough yet, but we'll see, to help sustain the arts economy in Thousand Oaks. Our resident companies, yes, that's a round of applause, you're right. Our resident companies, the New Symphony, 5-Star Theatricals, Pacific Festival Ballet, have many wonderful shows coming up this season, and as our Cultural Affairs Director said, we encourage you, each of you, to buy a ticket on your way out and immerse yourself in the joy that is local arts. So let's take a moment to give a round of applause to the theater staff and let them know how much we appreciate them in facilitating a safe space for all. Of course, I want to thank the Greater Conejo Valley Chamber of Commerce for their continued support of the business community and for setting up this triumphant return to an in-person format. President Danielle Borgia and her team have been working tirelessly to help businesses bounce back and adapt to this ever-changing environment, and we are grateful for their support. Health emergency or not, the County of Ventura has been a strong leader and valued partner to the city. The Board of Supervisors, CEO Mike Powers and his team have led an unprecedented effort to keep the community safe during the pandemic, and we cannot thank them enough for their care and effort. Ventura County has been integral in the recovery process, from providing public health guidance to distributing more than $70 million in grants to businesses and those in need of rental assistance. $70 million. While the pandemic is still very real, I would like to thank you, the community, for your efforts to get us where we are today. Vaccination rates continue to grow, and we are seeing progress in slowing the spread. The city, the county, and I continue to urge, not mandate, urge that everyone who is eligible get vaccinated. It has not been easy, and I want you all to know how appreciated your efforts are to protect the most vulnerable around us. Now I'd like to thank my fellow council members, Mayor Pro Tem Bob Engler, council members Al Adam, Ed Jones, and Kevin McNamee. We had the busiest, most challenging year on record, trying to navigate a polarized community. Yet we managed to accomplish several historic votes in Thousand Oaks. They include the first steps toward addressing homelessness and adopting, though not unanimously, the first draft land use map since the city's inception. These steps may seem small, but they are pivotal, I should say, for the future of this community. And that is why I joined former Mayor Andy Fox's recommendation at his State of the City address in 2018 that the new general plan be put on the ballot box next November so that the residents can vote on it. I'd like to thank my family for their love and support, my mother Maria, my husband Ron, and my wild but wonderful twin sons, Dante and Luca. I am grateful for their encouragement, care, and unwavering interest in helping make the world a better place. And finally, I'd like to extend my thanks to our residents for having the confidence in me to help lead the city and maintain all of which we are so proud. It has been an honor to serve as your 57th mayor. So let's look back at 2021 to see how much progress we have made and the groundwork that has been laid for the future. Really, it's been an incredible year. The city continues to build and maintain one of the best networks of streets and public infrastructure services in the state. Our Public Works Department continues to improve services and look for the best value and opportunities for the community. A powerful example of this dedication to customer service is the waste hauler transition. After many years from the same providers, it became apparent that it was time to initiate a competitive process to see if the community was receiving the best service for the best price. After a thorough process conducted by our excellent sustainability team, Athens Services came out ahead of the pack with a strong proposal and significantly lower rates than the other bidders. Bringing lower rates to the community was an important consideration, but not at the cost of service. Athens has demonstrated their ability to provide top-quality services to both our residential and commercial customers. A waste hauler transition is no small undertaking, and it will be challenging at times. Both the city and Athens continue to work to get accurate, timely information out to the community. So in the coming days, a big change will begin to take place. You may have questions, and both Athens and city staff will be working to address each question and concern. I want to thank the community for their patience and flexibility as we navigate this significant change together. While the waste hauler transition is a primary focus, our Public Works team continues to work toward a future of sustainability. Through the creation of an ambitious climate and environmental action plan, the city will continue to reduce its carbon footprint in city facilities and help create a more sustainable infrastructure. This plan includes a variety of projects, such as the solar panels currently being built at our municipal service center. These solar panels will offset power consumption at the facility, and the panels will generate about 625,000 kilowatt hours per year. The state has set targets for greenhouse gas emissions reductions of 40% by 2030, with a goal to reach carbon neutrality by 2045. Earlier this year, this council established preliminary targets that aligned with the state's and encouraged the plan that exceeds these targets. The city is well positioned to achieve the 2030 goals. The city was awarded the Beacon Vanguard Award from the League of California Cities for our measurable achievements, which include a 28% reduction in community greenhouse gas emissions and a 20% reduction in agency emissions from 2010 to 2020, and that is a huge achievement. The city continues to be a leader in sustainable efforts that have picked up momentum at the state level, such as reducing single-use plastics and limited use of anticoagulant rodenticide. These efforts help ensure the safety and health of our community for years to come, and I want to acknowledge Councilmember Adams' support in this area. In the world of construction, The team has not missed a beat over the last year. A significant improvement to pedestrian access in the city is underway with the overhauling of the intersection and sidewalks at Rancho Road and the 101 off-ramps. These sidewalks help ensure the safety crossing or the safe crossing for both bicyclists and pedestrians alike and dramatically improve accessibility to the transit center. In addition to the Rancho sidewalks, various projects have been happening to add crosswalks and improve additional sidewalks, all focusing on increasing the safety for all residents. The city's ability to maintain and improve infrastructure is facilitated through a well-managed budget and strong fiscal health. Our finance team continues to manage the city budget carefully and adopted a $240 million budget for the next 2 years. This type of fiscal management has won awards from Government Finance Officers Association, and the city continues to be a model city in the field of finance. With transparent budgets and focus on council goals, we continue to improve and expand services to the residents and businesses alike. While I have discussed many changes in the city over the last year, one thing has never changed: the city's dedication to service. One shining example of exemplary service has been our libraries. The service model in a library has been unchanged since its inception until the pandemic. Our team quickly adapted to the safe service models and continues to adapt to ensure the community has access to the materials they need and want. The Newbury Park branch introduced a locker hub for people to place their book orders online and pick up 24 hours a day using their library card. This type of contactless service provides new opportunities for many to access materials on their schedule. Additionally, passport services have begun again at the Brimhall Library, which is well-timed as people look to travel the world once again. Planning for the future has been a vital focus of this council. With the initiation of the general plan update in our community development department, we've made significant progress in planning for what Thousand Oaks can be. It's not easy to look at our community and think about what it may be in the next few decades. Still, through a careful process with an extensive team of professionals and community input, we're all well on our way to building a robust and comprehensive plan. Many phases of the general plan update are still to come, including a variety of brand new elements that will help address ongoing changes in the environment, housing, and the protection of our beloved open space. Again, I reiterate my recommendation that the residents be allowed to vote on the new general plan. Alongside one of the most significant projects in this city's history, our community development department has also seen record numbers of permit applications, inspections, and more. Despite staffing challenges across the nation, also felt here, of course, our team continues to find best ways to deliver services to the community in the most efficient way possible. This effort includes the large-scale implementation of a new land management system that will help improve digital access to records and more. On behalf of myself and my fellow council members, we would like to thank city staff across all departments for their tireless dedication to making Thousand Oaks a great place to live. There's so much work that needs to be done around us that we take for granted, really. We have beautifully landscaped roadway medians, beautifully lit streets, a kind voice on the phone to answer your questions about business licensing, for example. This is the team that not only meets the call to service, but continually strives to go above and beyond for this community, which can only be accomplished by those with the heart of a true public servant. Providing the best possible service to the community is not just about services or dashboards. It's also about building equity in government. This year, the Council adopted a historic goal to create a more equitable, accessible, safe, welcoming, and inclusive government and community, regardless of race, color, ethnicity, religion, sex, physical or mental ability, sexual orientation, gender identity, and expression, age, language, education, and/or socioeconomic status. While there is no perfect way to begin this work, we have made tremendous strides in the right direction. The city has embarked on a comprehensive, intentional approach to building diversity, equity, and inclusion across city services and facilities. A wide swath of city communications is now available in Spanish for the first time, including this State of the City address, which I will deliver in Spanish. Don't worry, not now. I'll do it later. And it will be the first Spanish language given by a mayor of the city of Thousand Oaks. I asked if I need to do in French and German, and they said, no, that's not necessary. Also, closed captioning in English across video content and adapting a hybrid public comment model utilizing Zoom and phone-in abilities to make participation in public meetings accessible to the community was one of the many things that we changed as well. And these are just a few critical pieces to creating access and equity, and we have many more to explore and implement. This work cannot be completed overnight, and the landscape is ever-changing, but we are committed to continuing the dialogue and remaining open as an organization. Another powerful tool in the city's toolkit to create equity is a focus on making strategic investments in programs and platforms that benefit the effort in the most impactful ways. A key example of this type of investment is the historic and truly historic purchase of the former Hillcrest Christian site by the city, of which I am particularly proud, and it is my personal highlight of everything we have achieved this year. Why? Because this land purchase will allow for future essential housing for the people and families who are the true backbone of our economy. Workforce housing, essential housing. We cannot and must not ignore that. Bringing affordable housing through the reimagining of commercial spaces is key to ensuring our workforce can live in our community. While the City Council continues to review new housing proposals that often have some affordable component, the Hillcrest Christian site will allow for a 100% affordable housing project, making it the most impactful investment in recent city history. The business community should applaud that. While working to ensure access to essential housing, we must acknowledge that some of our neighbors have found themselves in a place where they need more than affordable housing. They need access to temporary shelter and comprehensive services to set themselves on a course for success. An overwhelming majority of our unsheltered population is from Thousand Oaks, went to school here, grew up here. It is a common and really damaging misconception that the unsheltered population is exclusively outsiders or racial minorities. No, they're our neighbors, they're our coworkers. Some are even working professionals in this community. Assisting people from being unhoused to arriving in a shelter can be daunting and complex, but the City Council stayed focused on the primary tool, housing. A housing-first model has proven time and again to be among the most effective ways to ensure people can maintain housing through a network of services. Through this model, the City Council approved moving forward with an application for Project Home Key in partnership with Many Mansions and Shangri-La Industries, another one of my personal highlights this year. And why is it a personal highlight? Because it is a monumental step toward providing fundamental tools to improve quality of life and building strong partnerships through law enforcement, the city, the county, and all the community partners dedicated to providing services and care for everyone. Biotechnology continues to thrive and grow here, and that is not by chance. We actually have rolled out the red carpet for them. The city has continued an extraordinary effort to foster and build relationships with each company to help them bring their visions to life. Anchored by Amgen, the biotech cluster in Rancho Conejo continues to bring exceptional job opportunities and life-changing technology to the market. This year saw a significant investment by Westlake Biopartners in the industry, bringing $500 million to the area. $500 million. This type of funding and innovation brings jobs, research, life-changing science to life, and it is all happening right here in our city. For example, Takeda, a global biopharmaceutical company, not only initiated a large-scale $125 million expansion of their manufacturing space in Rancho Conejo, but they have taken the initiative to install the largest commercial solar panel system along with a Tesla PowerPack energy storage station in Thousand Oaks. Once installation is complete, this investment in renewable energy will help lower electricity purchases and reduce associated greenhouse gas emissions by approximately 1,500 tons of carbon dioxide every year. This commitment to sustainability not only improves the lives of everyone in our community, but it paves the way for everyone to follow toward a greener future. The entire business community has made significant strides toward recovery from the pandemic. While recovery challenges continue to present themselves, many businesses have gracefully and generously adapted service models, cultivated a dedicated customer base, and have taken the time to explore all their options to overcome the challenges. This holiday season, the small businesses around town need you as much as they did at the height of the pandemic. Small businesses are the pillars of our community. They are our friends, neighbors, fellow parents in the school pickup line. They bring services and goods to the community that often cannot be found anywhere else. I want to take this opportunity to encourage to keep your holiday shopping dollars local. After all, Thousand Oaks has the lowest available sales tax rate in all of California at 7.25%. Over the last year, I kept a sharp focus on the people in our community who were working to improve the lives of others. And they did it for little or no recognition. People who help others out of the pureness of their hearts. Acts of kindness and generosity, no matter how small, are what make a real difference every single day. I am fortunate enough to have connected with many of these people this year. I was able to document their contributions and recognize their efforts through the Community Commitment Award. I created this award to truly acknowledge the efforts of the unsung heroes showing up every day in ways that many of us will never realize. In a time when so many people need an extra hand, a kind gesture, or a warm meal, I felt it was important to share these rays of light with everyone. The City of Thousand Oaks has so many volunteers, many of whom really are never recognized. After 2020, the year of the pandemic, we wanted 2021 to be the year of light, so we searched and we found those rays of light within our community. Volunteerism is something that comes from the heart. True dedication to your community comes with concern for one another and love for one another. You have embodied that, and I know you will continue to embody that. So thank you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for giving us the opportunity to honor you, the recipients of the Community Commitment Award.
For only what we give away enriches us from day to day.
You have a special place in your heart for the homeless. Why is that?
All of us go through our own troubles. I know I have, and I've appreciated the people, that have reached out to me and been there for me. And, I think it's just important to be there for the people that need, a hand up.
It turns out that connection and availability and being non-judgmentally available to listen and to just be there for people is the most important thing.
The greatest part of being in a community is that you're never alone. Mm-hmm. So we always have each other, and we might be different from different backgrounds, different upbringings, different lifestyles, whatever it is, but we should be there for each other when it counts.
And we all share this dream of how to provide music opportunities for our students, but also to impact the community.
What do you want the community to know about foster care and foster kids?
That there's always children in need, and if they could ever help, it'd be a blessing on them and everybody else.
I felt not only a sense of community here, but a family as well, just because, I grew up in a very unstable household at times, and I think Westminster Free Clinic was a positive outlet for me to not only take care of patients and help the community, but also be able to focus on my education and be able to attend USC eventually.
Some of our success stories have been youth that we serve in our housing program, that they have lived there and they've been able to go on and get their own housing. Some of our other success stories are them coming out of the Division of Juvenile Justice, getting married, having a family, a working citizen.
I can't believe how fortunate we are to live in this country where people are so willing to help others.
To anyone in the City of Thousand Oaks who is wanting to volunteer, just do it. You will be surprised how much people you impact by you just doing one simple thing.
And with that, I would like to present our 12th Community Commitment Award. And it is in this venue that makes it extra special. Ornella Irvin is a gifted musician who has used her talent for the public to help those who need it the most. As an immigrant from Albania, Ornella brings an ear for music to our community that we're honored and fortunate to have. Ornella dedicates time each week bringing music education as a volunteer to youth in our community. Music enriches all our lives, and we are grateful to Ornella for sharing her talent with us. Hi, I'm Mayor Claudia Bill de la Peña for the City of Thousand Oaks, and I am here with our December honoree of our wonderful Community Commitment Award. And our honoree is Ornella Irvin. Why is she the honoree? Because she has done a tremendous job inspiring young people and helping them to discover the love of music. And she's been doing that for a very, very long time. And she is one of those rays of light that have come to the surface under almost 2 years of COVID-19, the pandemic, and lockdowns. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. I'm honored, but I also feel that this is not my award. I feel I'm the face of the award, and I represent all the music teachers in our area, and also the Thousand Oaks Philharmonic, an organization that is very close to my heart.
We are still working on growing the new musicians, the next generation of musicians. Tell me exactly how you have helped in that endeavor.
Well, I think our area is very blessed with talent. Our students graduate to go to top schools in the country, and their achievements in every field mirror also the achievements in music. The music teachers from the Carneo Valley Music Teachers Association, we all work together really well, and we all share this dream of how to provide music opportunities for our students, but also to impact the community.
How many students do you think have you helped to discover the love of music?
Over 500 students have had an opportunity to play with the Thousand Oaks Philharmonic. We have been 20 years now that the Thousand Oaks has been having these seasons every year. And when I think of the number of students that have had these opportunities, I really feel proud of the whole board and all the musicians, and think like we made it possible. And we are going on our Opus 58 and 59 concert. So many concerts that we have been able to fundraise and offer as a gift to the community.
The person who nominated you is Kimberly, but we will hear from someone else, Gloria, who will speak more about what you have done for the organization.
Ornella, on behalf of the music teachers, the young performing artists, and the community, I want to thank you for your dedication and the many hours you devote to the Thousand Oaks Philharmonic and the Conejo Valley branch of the Music Teachers Association. The Thousand Oaks Philharmonic provides opportunities for students to perform with an orchestra in front of a live audience. This is an amazing and rare opportunity because it is so expensive to provide an orchestra. But it benefits not just the students and the performers, it benefits the community, because the community can enjoy performances, concerts that are inspiring and wonderful. It's really thrilling to hear the young performers. The Appassionata program that you sponsor and organize provides master classes so that the students can receive valuable comments from highly qualified teachers and performers. Because of your efforts and the efforts of many others, we have a community that is filled with talented and accomplished musicians. The joy of music is thriving here, and we congratulate you on a well-deserved award, the Community Commitment Award.
Thank you, Gloria. And again, this is our award. We can all share this with the music teachers and music lovers, and I'm grateful that the City of Thousand Oaks recognizes the value we bring to the community.
Absolutely.
Ornella, we've been talking about the wonderful music that you help create and teach to students. We're going to get to hear a bit of that, correct?
Yes, I'm going to play something for you. This piece is very special to me because it has both of my favorite composers, Chopin and Schumann. It's called Chopin, but it's composed by Schumann, and this is how Schumann views Chopin's style of music writing.
Excellent, let's hear it. Ornella, for inspiring hundreds of students and for giving 24 years of your life to our community. You are honored with our Community Commitment Award. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. I'm honored and inspired to continue my work.
So Ornella is our final honoree of our Community Commitment Award. And I hope that you have enjoyed our series to bring you rays of light that have brightened our community as we're coming out of the COVID-19 lockdown and still struggling with a pandemic. It's been wonderful to highlight various remarkable people in our community that help to improve the lives of others. We appreciate it very much, and we know that these rays of light will continue to shine. And now I invite all of the Community Commitment Award recipients who are here today to please stand. And I know that there are at least a couple. We have Michael Morissette here. I believe we also have Kali and Amy from Shadow Oaks. And if you're here, please stand. There you are, right down here. Wilbert is here. And Ornella is here as well. So there were 12 recipients, and several of them are here today. And they're the ones, the unsung heroes, who've made a difference in our community when our time was the darkest. Thank you very much. "2021 was not quite the year we imagined. Many of us envisioned a full return to post or to pre-pandemic life, a life without masks, without worry for our most vulnerable, but that was not the case. While we made tremendous strides, there is still work to be done. We must continue to persevere in the face of a public health crisis and do all we can to keep one another safe and our businesses open. I ask that each of you continue to keep one another's safety in mind and do what you can to help end this global pandemic, and that includes getting the vaccine. However, it was not a lost year by any means. Many of us were finally able to hug our families, gather with friends, and celebrate birthdays after missing so many opportunities to see those we love. Even in a modified format, it has felt good to gather once again with so many of you and see your faces in person instead of on the screen. This year, we remembered the 3rd anniversary of the darkest day in our city's history. We marked it with lowered city flags, a beautiful display of name sculptures on the lawn of City Hall by artist Ali Alinejad, and an in-person, interfaith celebration of life that felt like a collective community hug. I cannot help but feel there is never enough we can do to honor the lives taken and the brave, selfless acts of the survivors and first responders at the Borderline Bar and Grill. It is only through continued remembrance, showing kindness and keeping each of them in our hearts every single day, that we can truly continue to heal as a community. 2021 brought historic opportunities to the city and the City Council to lay the groundwork for the future of our beloved city. Change is inevitable, and we were able to say how we wanted to see some of that change implemented. Rather than sit back and let the change happen to us, the community has been given the opportunity to provide feedback through the general plan update process. I invite each of you to get involved, learn more, and really make your voices heard in the coming months, and maybe at the ballot box too. Take your seat at the table. This is your community, and your thoughts and ideas matter. You can sit back and read the comments on social media, or you can genuinely engage. Engaging in the public dialogue has never been easier, with options to participate in person, via Zoom, or over the phone. The time is now to become an engaged resident in order to avoid becoming an enraged resident. 2021 marks a significant turning point in our city's history. It has been a year of growth and challenges, a year of adaptation, excitement, and hard work. And while we may not all agree on everything, we can all agree we love our city. We want to protect the very charm for which we all came. Protecting that charm does not mean we simply reject all change. It means we approach each change with our community in mind and guide that change to a place that is still true to our roots while welcoming the future. We must keep open minds, ask probing questions, and most importantly, be patient with each other as we navigate the unknowns before us. In closing, thank you all for joining us here at the Civic Arts Plaza, the intersection of arts, culture, and economy. Let's call it ACE. Knowing that there will always be challenges and projects ahead, let us always be reminded of the path to take by reflecting on our pledge that we are one nation, under God, indivisible, and liberty and justice for all. Stay safe, and God bless.